Okay, okay, we're done losing. I mean, we made it to the final boss the last 2 times. I'm here to tell you, we may never lose. I may never lose HP again. Okay? I may never lose HP again. Preloaded. Cards have 1 upgrade slot, and it's already filled. That sounds fun. So, you know, I love being the Umbra. We have not been the Umbra for quite some time. I'm really like, I'm an Umbra random sort of guy. I think that's the way I like to live my life. And it is Covenant rank 26 technically in my world. So we got Alt Heckhorned, which is like free imps, right? Plink and imps. I'm not sure about that one. We need to be able to generate... Well, it depends on... Because our champ is a morsel. We need to be able to get some stats early, I think. Dude, I mean, Queen's Tail is kind of... Getting a free morsel is really nice, because Plink is not going to scale well. But Imps giving us energy and draw is kind of like too good to pass up, I think. And I still think we want to make you be a Mega Morsel, because we don't really have great morsel gets right now, but we also don't have any Umbra units yet. So, honestly, I think we can handle this challenge because Plink is going to wipe a lot of the really early enemies. The Imps are going to wipe a lot of the really early enemies. Like, I'm not sweating this too much. Like, look at that, for example. And then, extra capacity. We might as well just stack the top floor. And then I'm like... We should probably... Let's imp ya. Why not? We'll get through dead weight faster. And we'll Plink on this floor. And then I'm just like, dude, hold on. I mean, I guess... we're gonna have our Impling eat. It's a very bizarre choice, don't get me wrong. But it seems like the right choice. As bizarre as it seems. I don't know what to say. I'm not convinced that this is gonna be a fantastic idea. We got a little lucky there. Definitely an argument to be made that maybe we shouldn't have tried for that, but... I mean, we'd really just like you to eat as many morsels as possible, quite frankly. And we'll maybe Plink at the bottom and hope for the... that was not the best, but it did work out. And then we can at least get... Have we summoned an imp? We did summon an imp this turn. Let's summon another one. I don't know why we would put you at the front, again, because it means that... We should really have the train steward at the front so that they get the morsel benefit. But it is what it is. This is really weird. It's just a bizarre way to run the deck, quite frankly. I don't really know what to say. Just a very strange one. I believe we're gonna be totally fine, but it's like just the grace of God that we're not doing terribly in this situation. I don't think we're playing any more imps. You might as well take that. That's what we wanted on this Plink. That helps out as well. We'll give you... We could give you one of these and then put a train steward up in front to just block a hit for you. Kind of don't mind that play. I don't really care about that train steward. I don't really care about that train steward. I don't think anything's getting through our top floor right now. Like, this is so bizarrely good. Make sure you play that. There's no reason to take that pyre damage. Alright, you're not getting through this floor. I can tell you that right off the bat. Not with our 1810 morsel. Little weird, but we didn't take any damage. Plink was just really solid there. Oh, this is so cool. We don't want an Immortal Trade holdover. Antumbra Assault with Consume is kind of interesting. And a Permafrost making a morsel, I gotta be honest, I think this is like the best. I know, you're like, we got imps. They do kind of replace themselves. Oh, but a piercing, 15 damage piercing is so good. I know this hits our imp trigger, which means it replaces... We gotta take that, right? It replaces itself! It replaces itself, Jerry! Jerry, you get draw when you play the card. Alright, we want the robot. We need something that can crush, and that can crush. We can't... I mean, I guess we could give something holdover. I think I'd rather make my Plinks a little bit stronger, though. Like, we don't need Fortify Armor. We don't need holdover Plinks. We would definitely No, even that, I'm like, just re-roll and give me like, yeah. Give me another consume plink, and then we'll probably just, honestly, like, we want more morsels. We do want more morsels. But I am kind of thinking, like, maybe if you just cut your other plink, that's good enough for now. Because we do need fuel for the robots. I think we need units. We need another Umbra Eater if possible. Damage shield, people have been saying, NL, you disrespect the damage shield too much. Maybe it's time for us to start respecting the damage shield instead. So we love this. Didn't draw what we wanted, but that's life. So what we do is we get you set up on this floor. We don't really care if you die. Well, I'm dumb. You know where I was just gonna say it's gonna be Plink City, so prepare yourself for the city of Plinks. And we definitely like this. We definitely like you getting a kill and then getting eaten yourself. That's great. You're living. That's bad because you're gonna eat the. How are you living? You literally just have to be hit one time. How are you living? Won't you get a hit on the? Like, won't you get a kill? I don't understand. I don't understand, but that's okay. Alright, that's okay. Why don't you guys pog up? We need that imp to die, though. Does the robot have quick? He does. Okay, so that's what's happening there. I wasn't just losing my mind, although that was kind of a part of the plan. I mean, you got no fuel, which is not good, obviously. I still think we're okay, but it's kind of a big whiff. I don't think anybody's denying that. At least you're not hasted anymore, so we could at least like set up another floor here. I don't know, man. As bizarre as it seems, I'm like, at least we have this imp here that's actually getting pretty strong, because our robot is definitely not there. So we love that. To be honest, I'm like, wouldn't you... why wouldn't you make a morsel up here for this guy? And then the plink is actually, like, pretty good. Let's give you some armor so you can live longer, and then we can't fit you anywhere. I don't know, man. It's extremely wonky. We made it, but that was a major misplay. So don't play an imp in front of your robot. That's not how you want to do it. I mean, a holdover mind collapse is not horrible. Cannibalize for extra morsels. It also has holdover. Having cannibalized to summon more morsels and give you a way to kill your imps is actually not that bad. This is tempting, but I actually think that makes sense. Okay, plus 10 damage on Vent is pretty good. So is a Permafrost Ascend, though. We kind of have Plink hitting those units anyway, but we don't have that many Plinks. I don't know, I think a Vent with plus 10, that's something I would take anyway. So you got Spikes, you got a Heartstone, you've got Rage. Kid just rages for a while. I mean, you gotta take an Overgorger, right? I mean, this is kind of like our dream setup. You can't make it any stronger, but you could definitely get it eaten. You could get it eaten. You gotta take a free relic in this situation. Rage stacks better, conserve energy. Definitely want energy. This is feeling really good to me. I think we want a morsel make. We got a lot of expensive units right now. I think we actually... hear me out here. Purge a unit, get an upgraded version later. You're gonna think I've lost my mind, and you are right. I think you purge an Impling because you want it in your deck, but you don't want it back right away. This could give us Pyre Health or something, which I'd be pretty stoked for. I didn't want to purge an Overgorger because we want them to hit and do. We want them to eat, I should say. And I didn't want to purge the robot because we need the robot to live for some time. in order to do some damage on this very floor. So this is extremely great eats. So we love, I'll tell you right off the bat, we love an Overgorger at the top as long as it doesn't get killed, and it doesn't. Then we sack our Imp for 3 morsels. But we're gonna put a super morsel right there. We're gonna put 3 morsels on this floor. This kind of sucks because we drew Robot and Overgorger on the same turn, but we need the Overgorger to pog off, as you know. As you know. As one does. So we need to play like a unit here. And I hate to say it, but I'm like, dude, the Morsel Maker's going up to the front here. As busted as it looks. We could have, yeah, we could give you more capacity up here for extra eating. Alright, so we got a 21-27 Morsel Maker, which is actually pretty sweet. Could have had you gorge an extra time, but you're not getting the kill. That's the important part. So we could play an Imp as long as the Imp will die, and it will. So we love this. Thanks for the energy. You're doing great, so I think you need that. We can play the Vent for 0. I could have played a Train Steward up at the top. I still think you like the Vent for 0 right here. Keeps the floors from getting stacked. Like, I don't know how comfortable I am saying this is working, but it's definitely, like, kind of working. Save our Pyre a little damage by playing you up here. 23. 2 of them are not going to die, so we can only really get 1 down here, block a shot for you. We want you to stay pogged. It's pretty valuable. And then, you know what? If you could start eating these, that would be fine for me. Pyre's gonna get hit for 4. But our Overgorger's doing okay. If only I could find a place for the Robot. I'm like, dude, you could play the Robot at the front now. And have the Robot serve as a tank for the Overgorger. But if the Robot's gonna get, or if you're gonna get the kill anyway, why would you, right? The other thing I'm thinking is what? You take 1 space, you take 2 space. The Robot takes 2 spaces. You can cannibalize the Train Steward. Play the Robot. And then play 4 morsels right here. Hope for a lucky plink. Did not work, but that's fine. And we're not expecting this floor to get the kill, but any damage is amazing here. So we want maximum amount of morsels. Plink's not going to do anything. So I think we want to cannibalize a single morsel. Are you attack morsel? You are. We'll cannibalize attack morsel. It did take off like 80 damage. It's kind of a lot. But I think it'll give us more than 80 overall. We only need to hit you like 3 times. And then it'll get... Okay, we got nothing to worry about then. And again... The more you can eat, the better Overgorger's gonna get. So this is like, it's my dream run right now. This is my dream run. Everything's going fine. Do we need energy? We really need energy if we draw our banner units that cost 2 on the first turn. 1 cost trample. That's pretty good too. 1 cost trample, I think, is that's our AoE. Don't really need another unit, even though we only have 2 floors of repute for the time being. I think we're okay. If anything, we'd like it to be a Hellhorn unit to begin with. Now, we can't run into a situation again where we can't play our Robot, so I think we gotta take energy, even though capacity is also a problem. So I want to remove our 2 basic Train Stewards. And then I want a unit that can just... You know what? I bet we can get it out there. I bet we can get it out there. I kind of think, what about an Endless Imp? That's kind of interesting, right? Someone in the comments rightfully called me out, by the way. They said every time this guy says he's insane for doing something, it's definitely the right move. And anytime he says something is obvious, he's about to go off the deep end. Definitely do not disagree. Let's not. Well, let's make these units easy to kill. So I thought it was a little insane to play that Endless Imp, but could be fun. Could be fun. Okay, so we like... That is just kind of a gimme. The Overgorger, we want you to have as much time as possible. Honestly, I'm down with the idea of like an Imp floor. And hoping we draw Consumer of Crowns next turn. We did. So we can play it. You should play it right away. Even if it costs you everything you got. Yeah. That's the way to do it. Way more valuable than getting a robot out there. What's your thing anyway? Do you have a large stone on you? No, he has a Heartstone. I mean, it's pretty good. Okay, so we like... Honestly, I think we like a Plink. And then... I'd rather have the Morsels, believe it or not. So you can't do any... Oh, maybe I wouldn't rather have the Morsels. You having a damage shield is fine. Other than that, we'd probably rather you had more HP. And, yeah, feel free to just get some kills down here. That's fine. We need capacity on our higher floor. That's, like, the next thing for me. Didn't get it. That's kind of surprising. So I think we like this. Into this. Why not? We want it to die so it can come back next time. That's an acceptable Plink. I really, like, it's wonky. But I just want to keep the cannibalize coming around turn after turn. And then, you know, if you just want to get some kills here, that's fine. That's fine. Capacity is still a problem. It doesn't help that both of our capacity ups are in, like, our last two hands here, but... Okay, that's fine. We want double capacity up at the top. We want to sack a morsel. That's the easiest money we've ever made. Lifesteal's actually insanely good on you. You're kind of hurt. And then you can just take one of these. We love that. And why not do that as well? Okay. So we're going to be totally fine. You're Slay Boss. So we don't want to summon garbage down here if possible. Unless, well, you know what? It would actually be better to sack you. Why? Well, because then we take away their Slay trigger so we don't draw trash next turn. Plink's not gonna do... we're still gonna get some trash here, but it is what it is. Alrighty. So you are dying. That's great news. Shit, we screwed this up. We could have had him gorge more. But the Overgorge is getting pretty good. But we need every gorge we can get, because keep in mind, we're not gonna have... we're not going to be able to put like a multi-strike on it or anything. I just don't think that... I don't think they're required. And if something's not required, let's not worry about it for now. It removes consume? No. I think we can make an Impish Scholar work. And it's more insulation for Consumer of Crowns as well. Revenge, it gets +1. Hold on to it. No, thank you. I think we just want to keep getting relics. Like, relics are really nice. Oh, dude, that's gonna... So we don't need any more energy. Capacity is definitely gonna be our next concern. Let's pay some coins. It's not like we're buying... many things anyway. Dude, I don't know. Does this work? Does this override our previous challenge? It definitely does not, so we should have skipped that for 25 gold. That hurts a little bit, but what are you gonna do? Oh no, it does override it. I was completely incorrect. So we can buy one upgrade. I really think We can't reroll. I'm like, I really think that Overgorger having more HP would be very important. But let's start with the... But we're not really doing anything with the robot right now. He's kind of like the odd man out. I actually think, bizarrely, we save our money. And we try to get like a multi-strike or a Hearthstone on our Overgorger. I think we can turn this on, but our Overgorger is not particularly strong, so we need him to tank up as soon as possible. Or we need the enemy units to get killed by spells. Not what you want to draw. So basically it's just, you know, we need to be able to get this guy going. Go ahead. Let's do it like this. We're waiting for spells. So we didn't get our Overgorger, but we did get Consumer of Crowns. So like this is a gimme. And then Consumer of Crowns is playable. Honestly, in this situation, I'm like, you should have the trample. And then I think... Oh, but I gotta fit the Overgorger there. How the heck are we gonna make that happen? I guess we'll play it here, and we'll just... You play morsels on this floor when we get the Overgorger. I think we need to sack you. And the main reason for that... is just so that we can fit the Overgorger there. That's a big trample, though. I can't believe it didn't get the kill. Alright, so we need the Overgorger here. We should technically play this first. The Overgorger fits, but he is dying. So there's a play, believe it or not. You sack this guy, then you put Trash Morsel up in front. He's not eaten, but that's alright. And then you fit here. Nobody else fits anywhere. Alright, we're doing okay. You got a problem. You're taking... I don't know how much damage you're taking. I think we're taking a bunch of damage due to spikes. But yeah, I was going to say, I think we can get there. For capacity purposes, probably here. Plink. I was just going to say, it might change the dynamics on this, but it's still probably worth it. +4, plus... I'm like, kill you. Damage shield, lifesteal. Lifesteal, damage shield on you is pretty important. That's not getting you? That's getting you, but just barely, dude. That's tight. But we should have a brief respite after this. Yeah, okay, that's big. So I would say you plink. That's big plink. We don't mind an Overgorger getting pogged up. You should take some stats. Like, realistically, I don't think you're long for this world, but it is what it is, and the longer you live, the better our Overgorger does. So event is huge here. I think we also love that. An event is doing 34 plus 10 damage. We have 17 energy. That would explain that. Are you endless? You are. We're gonna event. I'm like, it doesn't matter, right? Might as well. Now we want you. Damage shield is like huge here. HP is probably huge. Good plink. Probably put 2 of these at the front this time. Heavy vent status. 1, 1, 1. So we're probably only purging 3 stealth, which is pretty bad. You're taking 16 damage here, which is just 4 hits on the spikes. So we don't necessarily want to play this. If we could play something that could like live through... I don't think we're playing anything that's living through longer. That's living any longer than we're already doing. We'd really like you to have some lifesteal. I don't think there's a way we can do it. I'm quite nervous on this one. This gives us draw, and you never know what the draw is going to do. Could buy us some extra turns. So I'm like, what do you got? +4. Morsel Miner is not going to give us another chance at life. So we got to fish for a better morsel. And I don't think we're getting it. Yeah, we're kind of just stuck there. You're dying. Okay. I was a little worried about it, but we were one turn off from really running into a little bit of trouble, but instead it worked fine. Summon abilities trigger an additional time. Actually seems great. We don't have the energy necessarily to do a gem trove. As nice as it would be. I think we skip these. I really feel like we got a chance on this one, so... Hold over, 5 damage, armor 20. Again, tempting, but very mighty tempting indeed. Alright, so we're getting them back. Revenge, apply +1 to friendly units. It's interesting for sure, but it does die in one hit usually. Give me some pyre health. I'm starting to get slightly nervous. Honestly, I think I want the extra capacity. Alright, so it's Fell, the Wings of Light. Spell Shield 5 on the Guardians. That's not that bad. I actually feel like we're relatively well equipped here. Alright, we had -1 +2, which was what we were concerned about, but also what we're interested in. So, I think this floor is kind of like trash for now. We're waiting to see what we draw. And I'll level with you, we pretty much drew garbage. How's this floor doing? You can put Robot there. This might be an over... You can fit an Overgorger... You can only fit an Overgorger here prior to the summon. So I think you gotta set it up like this, and you'll at least give me 2 energy next turn. I'm just gonna level with you. It looks bad, but we drew garbage. Like pure trash. We need a Consumer of Crowns at some point as well. So the Overgorger, wherever it fits, it fits. I think we probably set it up here for the time being. Assuming that we can actually get some kills out of it. You have an Incant ability. I would say you can play a Train Steward and then cannibalize the attack morsel. And then put down... Honestly, another damage shield morsel is probably the best thing for you right now. You're dying? 4, 5... you're definitely dying, yeah. Robot only takes 2. I would say then... Put one of these. Second Train Steward. You're all dying. There's no Slay triggers though. So we're just, you know, Robot or Imp's Consumer of Crowns would be high value here. So we can play the Consumer of Crowns, which is real funny. I would personally say we want to get out a Molting Imp. And then a Queen's Impling. Then sack the Morsel so that it remains cheap here. I know he has an Incant. Then we get to play Consumer of Crowns at the back, where he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. We need Overgorger to fit up here and start getting some eating done as soon as possible. Fortify on you. I don't care about the Incant. And we got 3 morsels we can't do anything with, but that's fine. This was one way to set this up. Alright. So, capacity is definitely mostly a problem right here. You do have an Incant trigger, but I think you're going to die nonetheless. Pyre's about to take a bit of a hit. Stick me like that. Plink is pretty... It's impossible for it to do anything for you. It's a shame. But I think we like to cannibalize the HP morsel. I'm gonna give you some lifesteal. You can take one of those. I'd really rather you just block a hit down here, and I'm like, dude, you know what? And then you could just take one of these. And Plink is like, it's kind of a weird one to play. We really need, we need Trample as soon as possible. That not coming out prior to this point is really slowing us down. So we did get it, thankfully. Impish Scholar is pretty big. You definitely would play it, and then I'm like, okay. Anything that lets your Overgorger pop is big money. And now we can actually put a human shield down in front as well. Okay, so you're living, you're healing for 18, which is awesome. Heavy plink energy here too. +4. Have you eat? How you doing? You're doing just fine. But I'm still like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we want to play. Oh, my scroll wheel. My scroll wheel. Please. It's tough, but I think Consumer of Crowns is still. We'd probably. I don't know actually, because Consumer of Crowns will dent them. Then I think Overgorger, assuming it lives, will take them out. You have a slay trigger, you have a harvest trigger. Honestly, I'm like, just give this guy every bit of lifesteal you give this guy, he's toasted. Alright, that's actually huge. As long as our Overgorger lives, everything is hunky-dory on this one. And the more they can eat, the merrier. And he's doing fine right now. You have a harvest trigger again. So you get armor on harvest? Who cares? But we will, just to keep it sane, we'll harvest up here. And then I'm like, you should have more life. More life. And you should have maybe... we need to make sure you're still eating good up here. Maybe one of these will keep you going. And then, you know, but you know what? Why not? You are endless. And then we get to do one of these. Okay, okay. We got this. I do not think the boss will make it past middle floor. Is my new take. Might as well. I mean, we want the draw. Then we can cannibalize you. Okay, that's, yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. My bad. My bad. You're doing fine. I'm not worried about you. I don't know. Why play the vent, I guess, is my current take. Why not save our 18 energy? I don't think it'll make a difference, but... It's a certain temptation, I suppose. Alright, so you're taking 456. Damage shield eating is important here. We could probably cannibalize this guy. And, I don't think we got problems. $590. 610. 610 is pretty good. The Overgorger is really our big money maker. So the longer that he can last, oh, that's not good. The happier we are. Because you're not really that spectacular. We do have 23 energy though, so let me run the numbers. So you do 20 a turn, that's easy. 5 armor won't get us there, but 5 armor and blocking a hit should. So they will block the hit first because we get draw. It already worked. 476. We should still cannibalize. Do we really want 3 rare? No, I don't think we do because we're going to draw some trash. Alright. So it's a touch spicy, but honestly, our Pyre's in a pretty good spot as well. You're taking 345. Not overly concerned. You're dead. Okay. So it was pretty close. I won't deny that. But we also took like almost no Pyre damage. So what do we need? Early capacity is a big one. Purge permafrost. Deal 25 damage, apply rage 7. No, we'll take that. Energy's not a problem. Give us capacity. I will say there are, like, X cards can do good stuff for us, but we need an X card payoff that's better than Vent if we're really going to get super excited about it. Can't believe we still have 2 Train Stewards in this deck. This is where, historically, though, is gone very wrong for me. You're a 110-15. We just need you to have more HP. So I think we reroll for a Hearthstone. We got very lucky. This keeping you alive is going to be worth a ton. That I think is worth the cost of admission right there. Buffet 12 is gonna keep you rolling. It is gonna keep you rolling. I refuse to turn this on and jeopardize it. We might lose against the final boss. We might even lose on this one. But I think this is our best option. This will do 10 damage no matter what. Oh, that's beautiful. Sadly, Consumer of Crowns is totally screwed. Well, that's just a terrible turn. This is more like it. Okay, so you don't have to act too hasty. We know we want the Overgorger out there. It's our best damage dealer. It has to be there to stop you from getting through as best as is possible. Certainly, I would say Morsel Maker is pretty solid eats. You're endless. We don't need capacity. I know it seems busted. We don't need capacity there, though. Okay. It's weird, but I think this is something. 30 damage to the front enemy unit. So you're not dying, but that's to be expected, quite honestly. You are dying. That's really bad. The more human shields we can put up, the merrier this will be. Alright, everything's fine. It's a problem, though, because now my man's not eating. Might as well take you out here. Although he's not eating, we'd still like the Morsel Miner to get out there. You never know, it might make our imp incredible. And I mean, the more imps we have around, if Consumer of Crowns whips back around fast enough, we're okay. But that's not really... Probably shouldn't base our whole game plan on that. Pyre's about to get quite hurt, quite frankly. We really need you to die as well. You know what? That's perfect, because we can just ice you. You're dying, so now we can finally summon, like, a lot of stuff for fuel here. Oh, baby, that's extremely good plays. Shouldn't have even played it, honestly. Pyre's about to, again, run into problems. It's going to take 40 damage. Here's where things get interesting. You know you need the trample on you. It's just non-negotiable. That's always a big play for us. No need for capacity here. Might as well put it here. We can still cannibalize. You know what? Hold on. What'd you bring back into my hand? The good plink? Oh, baby. Now we're talking. You don't take any damage, though. So now we're not talking. Suppose you'd rather get rid of the 1-1 than the 21 or the 15-1, I should say. So you are dying. You will die on the next floor. We got nothing for you here. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. What's happening next is that this imp is about to get insanely strong for no reason, and our robot is gonna run out of fuel. So it's not really the way we drew it up. With trample, Pyre's about to run into some serious concerns, my man. About to run into some serious concerns. Bro. You have 3 fuel? I think you should take a damage shield and then block a hit. Alright, so I'm just hopeful that our Pyre manages to make it through this awfulness. Consumer of Crowns is, oh my god, Consumer of Crowns is playable. This changes everything. Okay, so what changes? Now Consumer of Crowns gets played at the back for a little bit of extra damage. We need you to die, though. Plink ain't gonna do it, but a 0-cost vent will. You're almost dying, dude. I mean, if I could vent you, I'd be happier. What do we got coming up here? I don't think we vent. I don't think we vent. I think we run the gamut. I think we go nuts here. That's a good draw. Okay. This is big. You're not going to believe some of the stuff we're doing here. We're going to cannibalize HP Morsel to give as much power to this floor as is possible. And then we're going to vent. Yeah, I wouldn't plink here. We're going to vent on this floor to keep our champ, or to keep our Overgorger from taking as much damage. And then our Pyre is only going to take 10 extra. Alright, so this is where things get interesting. We were hoping to draw a vent and got, in my opinion, insanely lucky. So as long as we vent for 0, I'm feeling okay. Not good, but okay. We just have to vent for 0. Actually, now we still want to vent for the record, but you have trample, so honestly, rather than put our morsels at the front, we'll put our morsels at the back, so that he gets stronger. So now we're doing 1,000 damage to you. We got there. We definitely got there. It was pretty scary for a long time. But hey, look at that. Alright, so now, I mean, doesn't necessarily give you a lot of confidence heading into the final boss fight, but here we are. I'm honestly, like a gem trove permafrost, I can see it now. I can see it now. We certainly do not need you to have a multi-strike. Double stack rage is kind of interesting, but... what do we need to win? I think we need to get our head screwed on straight. We need some pyre health, in my opinion. And we need to keep our, we do like this plink, honestly. And then probably a reroll and then the same thing. At least that's workable, maybe. Why not, I guess. But we want to draw our units better. Like, not having a unit get pogged up on turn 1 was very scary. So we have consume. Some of our good spells are going to get consumed. It's science. We drew good stuff, kind of. We can't play Consumer of Crowns, but we can wait long enough for it to come back around. Keep in mind, on this one, we want our Overgorger to have a tank, not to be the tank. Now, what is the tank? It's kind of alloyed construct. Like, we can stack them up on the same floor. Consumer of Crowns would be nice, but we're not really likely to get it out there. So I'm okay losing this plink because it consumes anyway. I think we need you to get as set up as possible, as early as possible. Damage shield and HP is fine. We definitely, as long as you don't have a slay trigger, we want that out there. It's spooky. This is a spooky one. So we do get our Overgorger. The Overgorger must be played, but we do want something to tank in front of it. It could just be a lot of units. That could be one way we set this up. That we like that being consumed, quite frankly. So we got lots of energy. Cannibalizing the imp costs us 10 damage. So it looks a little busted, but I think the way you play it, even though Morsel Miner is so good, I think you play the Morsel Miner, sack it, and then we got one back, which is nuts. And then we will give our Overgorger lifesteal just to try to keep them moving here. Like, right now, they're their own tank. Which is not the way we really want it to go. But it's the way it is going for now. Okay. So you're living and actually healing. So I don't see the need to play the Morsel Maker on the same floor as you, when we could play it on the same floor as you. And then we could leave this space open for Consumer of Crowns. As busted as it might look, I stand by this. I stand by it. So I would say more capacity, probably warranted on this floor, so we can fit another morsel. We can afford to sack you, even though it'll lead to your death, because then we can just play one of these. And then we don't really need you to have more HP. Yeah, I stand by this. It's working for now, and we should get Consumer of Crowns soon again. We don't have it yet. We're gonna need. Oh, you know what? We're not gonna need any imps to play it. That's beautiful. Okay, so we love this. First spell's gonna get consumed. We love to consume a plink, quite frankly. You're doing great. Let's get this trash out of here. You need to live as long as possible. You're a trash morsel, quite frankly. You don't need lifesteal. The more stance you can get on Overgorger for now, the better off we are for sure. Okay, we're looking for Trample. And we're looking for Consumer of Crowns. So we love a lot of this. We love that. We certainly love this. Extra capacity. I think we'll start working it up here. Plink. pretty good in and of itself. We got so much energy, dude. Again, I kind of feel like the more you eat, the happier we are. We've kind of stabilized. Lifesteal. You have armor. You're not going to quite get the full HP. I say we give you that for now. Give you one of these. Give you some extra attack. Okay. Consumer of Crowns, man. Any second now, Consumer of Crowns whipping back around, coming in the nick of time. Or alternatively, we could draw Umbra Stone. Either. Oh, we haven't even made it through our deck yet because we keep picking up garbage. That actually makes perfect sense. So we like it. Got a little lucky, but we respect it. It's a lot of morsels, dude. I really don't want to vent and not be able to play something with our energy. I think the vent is fine, but I think we can wait. I know there's pluses and minuses. Don't get on my case. If we're gonna play it, we'd probably play it up here to slow you down from hitting our pyre, but this is fine. It's fine. We really just need to get Umbra Stone so that we can actually get some trample on our Overgorger. Oh my god, the dream has come to pass. Umbra Stone already gets consumed, so this is a big play. If we could find a way to kill you, I'd be over the moon, but we can't. So we love this. So much energy, it'll make your head spin. Sack you. You're not that good. You're gonna hit our pyre for 20, which is really bad. But I'm hoping that the trample's gonna soften you up so you're a little easier to get next time. And again, any minute now, Consumer of Crowns is whipping back around, and my oh my, it's gonna change the game when it gets out there, let me tell you. So you can fit another morsel here. That's actually really important. Probably damage just for this next wave that's coming up, and then you can take. We really want you to die, so we're willing to do that. Okay, so here comes the boss. This is where things are going to get interesting. You're taking 500. Definitely not what we wanted to see. What we want is Consumer of Crowns to get drawn. It can't be done. So 585. Not amazing. Feel like another turn of lifesteal is really valuable. More so than blocking hits. But I would say I'm very skeptical right now. But I'm like, we could draw Consumer of Crowns on this turn. We did not. You're taking 542. Now draw him. Now draw him. Hello. Nice to see you. 728. Just didn't quite get it done. And that hurts because for the third time in a row, we lost in the final boss. I will say, if we get Consumer of Crowns out there as a tank for Overgorger, I think we win. But it is what it is, you know. It was still a fun run. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please do click the like button if you did. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!